Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, we'll recap the 2018-2019 Ferris State men's and women's basketball seasons. We'll also talk Bulldog football as they gear up for spring practice. We'll start first with Ferris State football, joined by head coach Tony Annese. And Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks. Back at it, I guess, huh?
It's been a while since we've talked to you, but obviously as you've had a chance here over the past couple months to reflect back on what was a historic season last fall, maybe your thoughts on last fall.
Oh man, it's that book's closed, and we're trying to live up to the expectations now of getting back and finishing it the right way. So obviously a great year, and it takes its toll on everybody. Got a lot of guys right now that will not be able to participate in spring because they had surgeries and things of that sort. But all in all, great year and great signing class, and looking forward to spring ball.
Obviously, 16 weeks of football. You got a little bit behind the eight ball in terms of National Signing Day, but we're able to catch up and inked a nice class here in February.
Yeah, we did very well. I thought that we have good balance, good group of young men, and you never know till they get here, but I'm confident that they'll be the kind of guys that work hard and like the rest of our guys have to pursue the very best that's in them, and that's been our MO, and our guys have done very well at working hard and trying to be their best.
Obviously a nice balance in terms of some of the position groups, but also from where you were able to attract some talent from.
Yeah, from all over the place, and yeah, we felt like we got good balance and some good skill. We always have good offensive linemen and D linemen. I don't know why, but maybe it has to do with the coaching, but those kids really develop, and we got good skill around those position groups, so really excited.
How does that season last fall and what you were able to accomplish help you in terms of going out and recruiting?
Well, it put you on the map. People knew who we were. Everybody that went to Florida and recruited, everybody watched that game, and so high school coach talked about that game, the national championship game, and so did the young men that we recruited, and so it puts us on the map. I speak at Glacier clinics too, so I've spoken Dallas, LA, Charlotte, and Pittsburgh, and everybody knows who we are. A lot of people watch that game, so it's good for our brand, and it attracts more student athletes to Ferris State.
Obviously a quick turnaround time from the end of the season back in late December through National Signing Day, and now already here is spring football that starts this week.
Yeah, we did winter conditioning. It felt like it went fine, but it felt like it was really tight to the season, and now spring ball. It's been a rough winter, so we're hoping. It looks like the weather's going to turn. We start on Friday, so weather turns, and all of a sudden spring gets a little bit in the air, and I think we'll be excited and jacked up, ready to go.
What are some of your goals here for the spring as you look ahead to 2019?
Well, our first goal is always to have fun, and so we want to have fun. We want to go out there and smile and enjoy ourselves and get better. I always tell our guys that spring ball's for the unproven players. So, I'm not going to worry about Jay Rue, Tyler Allison, Marvin Campbell. On the defensive side of the ball, we got a lot of guys back, but it's not for the guys that have proven themselves, the Sam Hybors of the world. It's for the guys that, are unproven. So had a lot of true freshmen that have opportunities to show themselves now, and some younger guys who we're hoping to grow into position. So, we play a lot of guys. So, guys like Xavier Wade was a true freshman that played this past year, but he's going to grow into a position and really thrive, and we're just kind of looking for that from our guys. And just the third thing is to just stay healthy and just refine our skills.
Obviously 15 workouts, including the spring game on April 27th, and a chance really to evaluate some guys over the course of that 15.
Yeah, we've got a lot of guys back, so we'll have a large number of people participating in the spring game, but we're also very careful. So Deion Earls, we're going to be very careful with. Harrington had labrum surgery, so he'll be out in the spring. And we had some guys that missed all of the fall. Lazon Hicks, Linderell Mitchell, who we expected both those guys to be big-time players for us last year, and they had season-ending injuries before the season really started last year, and so we're looking for them to grow too, and then we've got young guys. Evan Cummins, he's a quarterback. We're hoping that he just kind of gets comfortable. Having Travis Russell back is huge for us because he's like a coach on the field, and he's been such a important part of who we've been here. It really helps to have him too. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Obviously, we've talked a lot about the guys you have coming in, the guys you have back, but some guys that just finished their careers that are hoping for an opportunity here in professional football, and one of them, Devon Johnson, earned an invite to the NFL Combine here in February.
Yeah, we call him Bo, so I'll refer to him as Bo, but Bo did very well in the NFL Combine, did us proud, ran very fast. His percent body fat for the O-line group was the best. He had the best body composition of any offensive lineman in the whole combine, which is really cool. Measured out at 6'7", weighed 335, and he did a good job on all the running events, the bench press, and also did very, very well with on-the-field drills. So we feel confident that he's got a good chance to get drafted, and hopefully that happens. That'll be the second one in 2 years.
Obviously, some other guys that are hoping for an opportunity as well. Malik Taylor took part in the CMU Pro Day here, along with Bo this past week. Keandre Craig, maybe just talk about what that means for those guys to get an opportunity.
Well, for Keandre, he had a good season. He's a big receiver. And so for him, it's a chance just to prove himself. For Malik, it's a chance really for some redemption because he had the roughest season known to man, even though our team really thrived. Coming into the season, like if I had to say, hey, who's our best pro prospect? Probably if I had to say who was our best pro prospect over the course of my tenure here, it'd be Malik Taylor. And then he had such a rough year with a hamstring injury, and so for him to now have a chance to show well at Central Michigan's huge. He ran fast. He caught the ball really, really well, and I've heard a lot of good positive things about his performance here. So happy for him because it was a very difficult, trying experience last fall, trying to get through the hamstring injury.
Obviously, these guys follow in the footsteps of some others that have had success. 7 guys in NFL camps last summer, and really the name continues to get out there.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. I could foresee 10 guys in NFL camps this year, and that's amazing. It's just pretty cool for Ferris State. It's cool for our coaching staff and for our players, and we just continue to build on the whole philosophies of what it takes to be a Bulldog. People say, hey, they got a big transfer culture, and then I'm like, well, the 7 guys that were in pro camps this past year, all of them we recruited. And so, we, Ferris State, some of them are Coach Pierce's guys, but it's pretty cool, people want to point fingers and say, well, they get so many transfers. But as of right now, if Keandre's in a camp, he'd be the first transfer to be in a camp. So we've done very, very well with the guys that we've recruited, and kids have worked hard and tried to be the best they could be.
Well, Coach, thanks for being with us here today. Congratulations again on last fall, and looking forward to spring football.
Thanks, Rob. So am I.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.
With a 10% student discount, daily specials, and our 14-inch one-topping pizza for $5.99. Mancino's is the life of the party.
At Ferris State University, we're more than our student-to-faculty ratio.
More than our variety of programs, our internship rate,
or our number of student organizations.
Here, you're never just a number.
You can be yourself and be focused on your goals.
Be inspired every day and be ready for tomorrow.
Be a Bulldog. Go to ferris.edu.
Want to be a storyteller? The television and digital media production program at Ferris State University is the Create Space for you. At Ferris, you will apply creative and technical skills to create stories worth telling. You will be immersed in your learning. You will practice every part of the production process. You will create in state-of-the-art facilities with the latest equipment and software. The TDMP program at Ferris State. Learn to make storytelling your career. Find out more at ferris.edu/TDMP.
Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with the Bulldog men's basketball squad, and we're joined by head coach Andy Bronkema. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Robert.
Now, it's been a couple weeks now as you've had a chance maybe to look back and reflect on this past season. Maybe your thoughts on what your team was able to accomplish this past year.
Well, I was very proud of our team. I mean, everybody jumped up into a brand new role, probably 2 steps forward instead of 1. You know, logically, you'd like them to progress, you know, where it's not a sink or swim situation. But our guys stepped up to the challenge. Everybody had their, you know, their career highs as far as points, rebounds, stats, and everybody gave it everything they had. So real proud to have another 20-win season, a home game in the GLIAC tournament, 4 seed. Just missed out on the division title, and you know, maybe we're a couple wins away from an at-large in the NCAA, which that'd have been icing on the cake for us in this group. But you know, we were fighting a transition year all year long, and we don't like those words. Those are not our expectations. And our guys fought through it, and they did well. They made me proud, and we learned a lot too. We learned some tough lessons this year, and I think that's going to spark, you know, our seniors as they move on into life, learning those lessons, and then spark our team, our returners, when we come back. They should be fired up and ready to dig into more, and I know I am.
To win 20 games this past year, something maybe we haven't talked about. A lot of pressure on these guys coming off a national championship season here coming into the year.
Well, the alternative is not as good, but it still is pressure. You want that pressure, okay, because that means that you've done something special, and that's the type of pressure that we want to continue to have here. That being said, it is a lot, and it's a new experience for me and for all of us involved, you know, the athletic department, the community, right on down to everybody that's touched our program. So I'm not sure we were perfect with those expectations and with the adjustment and with the pressure, but we did our best, and we're proud of it.
Obviously, you had a chance here in the GLIAC tournament to play a first-round game at home, and I know it didn't come out the way you wanted, but what did that mean, being able to play at home here in the postseason for what would be the 4th or 5th straight year? Yeah,
it didn't come out the way we wanted, and you know, it's hard to put a finger on it. I just think we wore down under the expectations, and you know, I think we experienced failure just enough that maybe it was easier for us to you know, just breathe a little bit, and once we saw the ending, and that's unfortunate, but it's at no fault for the big picture. I mean, the guys were great all year. They continued to respond even when things were down, and I really thank them for that. But to have a home game, I mean, there's 12 teams in the league, 4 teams get a home game, 4 teams don't even make the tournament, and you know, that we lost to teams that didn't make the tournament. I mean, this league is legit, and as you saw, our 7th seed won the tournament, and you know, took the #1 seed in the region, the host, in the national tournament, down to the wire. So it's not a joke of a league. It's hard to do, and we're proud of that home game. But we just didn't play well, and that ultimately comes down to me. And you know, you're a lifelong learner. You know, you learn every year about new things, and I'm getting better as a coach, and we continue to do so.
Obviously, that GLIAC tournament quarterfinal game, a chance for your seniors to play one more game at home. Maybe just talk about that senior class and what they've meant.
I mean, they're the all-time winningest class. I mean, because we had a couple redshirts in there, right? So they've been around for 5 20-win seasons. I mean, if you think about that, it's just flat out incredible. And of course, you know, adding in Deshaun and his legacy here with football and basketball, and then being fortunate enough to spend a year with Taylor and what he brought to the table to our program for 1 year, just a special group. And you know, that the obligation for them now is to contribute as alumni. And we're going to hold them to that, because we do not want to lose touch with these special people, and they're forever going to be Bulldogs. But you know, it was a great group of seniors, and we owe a lot to them. And they'll be missed.
Obviously, you lose those 4 seniors, but a chance this past year for a lot of guys to get a lot of playing time, and you'll have a great nucleus back going into next year.
Well, we will, and I just, in my mind, I think there's some logical things that can happen next year, where guys can come back in similar roles and just be a little more efficient in those roles. I mean, we were really asking our guys to do a lot this year, and every year we kind of formulate what would put us in the ballpark to compete for, national tournament bid or a conference championship, and we kind of have some numbers in our mind that we think are appropriate for those accomplishments, and we're holding our guys to those standards, and it was hard. And I think next year's more realistic with the veterans we got coming back and guys in their same role, and hopefully we continue to bring in a couple guys, new guys to add to the mix. And I'm excited about next year, and like you said, it's been a couple weeks, so been able to think, pray, meditate, being quiet, be angry, be mad, all that, and kind of full circle back to excited for next season and for this 6-week training in the off season before exams and summer hits.
Obviously, along with the training here going into the end of the school year, you also have recruiting. Maybe just talk about how that's going overall, looking toward next year.
Well, initially we signed a few guys early, which was important for us, and as the defending national champs, it had a sweet ring to it, and those guys, they bought into that. And they should, because we're trying to do it again. There's been 9 Division II teams to do it more than once, and we're trying to be the 10th. And we're going to keep trying until I'm done coaching. So 30, 40, 50 years. I don't know, Robert, how long are you going to do it? So we got some more tries in us, and then we have a little scholarship money left here to go out there and look for some more pieces. And we certainly know a lot about our team and what's returning, so we know what we need to plug in. As far as abilities and talents to make our team as good as they can be, and we're going to do that, and we're going to just grind, and it's a fun grind because we love this job.
Obviously, one guy we haven't talked about that was kind of part of that senior class, Zach Hankins, who was the National Player of the year before. Maybe talk about what he was able to accomplish at Xavier University this year. Well,
first of all, it was just so much fun to be a fan. And just to be Zach's biggest fan, behind the scenes, wasn't ever trying to get in the way, and just to see his ups and downs and his struggles, his successes, and how he's grown throughout the year. He's done an amazing job. Xavier definitely, they needed him, and he became a better player this year. And you could just see it in the Big East tournament when he averaged 20 points a game, and he was on the big stage in Madison Square Garden. And it just, the amount of people that followed him and sent me messages about how good he was doing. I'm just proud of Zach, and so proud that he took that risk and he made it work, and he's successful. So now, unfortunately, they didn't get a tournament berth, but they got an NIT berth. So hopefully they can win that, and he can keep shining. So our guys are proud of him. There's always the what if stories, but that's not how we live. I mean, we talk to any coach. There's a lot of what ifs. People get hurt, people graduate, people fall out of love with the game. And for Zach, he got to move on for 1 year, and I was his biggest fan.
Well, Coach, thanks for being with us all season long, and we look forward to next year.
All right, me too.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.
In the School of Criminal Justice, you'll learn from experienced educators, receive hands-on experience, and have access to satellite learning centers across Michigan. Create your career path in law enforcement or corrections, vary your skills as a generalist, or further your profession with a master's degree. Begin your career at Ferris State University's School of Criminal Justice.